Welcome to another edition of Jacques Talk. You know this young lady very well, LSU star freshman Mikaylah Williams. Mikaylah, thanks for meeting us today.
Thanks for having me here.
We've enjoyed watching you play. Just a general question to start. How's college?
Whew, it's been college. It's been interesting, I would say, but it's fun. I mean, just the next chapter of my life, I'm really enjoying it, so I'm having fun here.
When you get on the floor and you're playing in these big games with these big crowds and everything, how much different is it from high school, or is it just the game you've always played?
I would say both, actually. It's the game I've always played, and it's the game I've always played in a bigger setting. I would say so. Just sticking to the fundamentals and the basics is really the main thing for me.
Yeah, and when you play in a game like LSU South Carolina, and there's Kim Mulkey and Dawn Staley and a sold-out crowd and all this stuff, do you kind of breathe it in for a second and say, "Wow, I'm really here in the big time"?
Absolutely. I mean, I came early that day, and I just sat on our bench, and I was just looking around, just blessed that God's brought me to this point in my life. It's a true blessing. And then just to be in that crowd, and you're sitting at the free throw line, and you're just looking. You see legends on the side, coaches Dawn Staley and Coach Kim Mulkey, and then you see the big crowd here to support women's basketball. And not only that, but we're growing women's basketball. We were sold out. We had 1.9 million views in the game too. So yeah. I mean, it's just a good feeling that we're growing the women's basketball game.
Yeah, I think it peaked at over 2 million at one point watching that game, and there could be some young girl in Japan or something somewhere just watching on her phone, right? The people you're impacting, across the world, really.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just blessed to be here and be able to say that I was a part of the women's game expanding.
Is going on the road one of the bigger things you have to get used to when they don't all like you and there's 8,000 people rooting against LSU?
Yeah, I would say that's one of the things, but I feel like my teammates who've been here before, they've really kept me I want to say shielded. They've kept me grounded and humbled with that, just knowing that they have my back and Coach Mulkey has my back and my teammates have my back, so the crowd doesn't really face me.
And even saying that, after these games, there are groups of people on the road. I went to the LSU-Alabama game in Tuscaloosa, and there were plenty of people in Tuscaloosa who were LSU fans who wanted your autographs and pictures after games.
Right. I mean, like I said, it's a good feeling, growing the women's game. I mean, there's women's basketball fans everywhere, and it's just LSU fans are everywhere. We went to Alabama, there was fans waiting. Mississippi State, fans waiting. Everywhere we've gone, the fans have been waiting for us, so it's just a good feeling.
You're a star player. You join a team that already had established superstars with Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson. What's it like to travel with them and to get off the bus and all that?
Well, I love it. I mean, just seeing all the attention they get, and like I said, that they're bringing the attention to LSU and women's basketball. So I love that for them, and I just hopefully that I can follow their footsteps.
Is it pretty neat when you're warming up to one of Flau'jae's songs?
Oh yeah, I love her music.
Yeah,
I love her music.
I think she just released some new songs too.
Yes, she did. Mm-hmm.
And Mike Neighbors, the head coach of Arkansas, after the game, he was talking about you, and he said, "You can't stop Mikaylah from getting to her spot. You can try, but you can't do it." I mean, I have a general idea of what that means, but what does that mean?
I think for me, it's just when I'm determined and have that will to get to my spot that I know is a high percentage shot for me, it's kind of hard. What my dilemma is that I don't always have that mindset to get to that spot. So for him, I think that game, I had it on my mind that I was going to get to that spot, raise up, and knock down jump shots.
Do you feel like you can shoot from almost anywhere?
Yes. I feel like I've worked hard enough to be able to shoot from all three levels on the court.
Yeah. And over the years, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18 years old. Mm-hmm. When do you think you really started practicing in earnest?
I would say probably my freshman year. I think I was 14 going into my freshman year. So probably right then at that age when I realized that I could go pretty far and got real serious with it.
Okay, so that's a little later than some people.
Right, yeah.
But I'm sure you've made up for lost time.
Yes, I have. I had to catch up. I'm still playing catch up, but I'm coming.
So what does your schedule or your routine look like in terms of that? I mean, I've heard you're always up before the sun comes up, typically.
Yes, I was during school. Actually, today, my trainer, Coach DP, he drove out here today, and we was in the gym today at 6 o'clock. this morning.
Do you count the jumpers? Like, I'm going to shoot 500, or what's the deal?
Sometimes it depends. If we're shooting on like the gun, I'll count them. But today we were just doing fundamentals and reps, because reps don't lie. So once you get your reps up and you get your shots up, you get that muscle memory.
Yeah. You are a shooter. When you let it go, do you know 90% of the time if you've made it or missed it?
Yes, I can feel it, and when I shoot it, I kind of look at the ball angle, so I can tell if it's going in or not. Sometimes it'll trick me. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, that was a lucky shot, but most of the time I know if it's going in or not.
Sometimes you shoot on goals where the rims are a little tighter and they rim out.
Absolutely. I mean, their goals are different. LSU's goals are different from Mississippi State goals. They're different from Alabama's goals, so it just depends.
Yeah, and I've seen sometimes the ball is slower to come out of the net. Like if you want a fast break, sometimes you got to wait for that thing to kind of make its way through.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's done on purpose or strategic or
hey, I don't know. It's just how the ball falls.
You just show up and play, right?
Absolutely.
This team so far, you've had some ups, you've had a few downs. What do you like about this team? What are you seeing about this LSU team right now?
I think our biggest thing is overcoming adversity and sticking together through it. I feel like we faced so much adversity and we're still going strong. So that's taught me a lot in life as well. Seeing all of our players stick together through the adversity that we've faced is the biggest thing for me.
Do you think that it's still a process, that you're getting the chemistry going? You know, Van Lith still learning her role, and some others that when March rolls around, this team will be hitting on all cylinders?
I mean, I feel like all teams are still working on that chemistry, you know. We're halfway through the season, or through the regular season, so there's still some chemistry to work on, but I feel like I want to applaud Haley for accepting this role, because it's not easy at all. Playing the point guard under Coach Mulkey after leaving from being on the wing was not hard or not easy at all. So I applaud her for accepting this role, and she's doing an amazing job at it as well.
Did you play some point at Parkway?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I played point the whole time.
That's right. So you bring it up, and
yes,
an offensive point, obviously, where you could dish and shoot and everything. Yeah. I'm never going to get in the way of the coaching here, but do you feel like you could play point here?
If I can do whatever Coach Mulkey needs me to do, if I need to go be a post player, I'll be a post player. If she needs me to be a point guard, I'll do that. If she needs me to be a defensive stopper, I'll do that too. Whatever she needs me to be, I'm willing to do that.
Yeah. Last year, Poa, we talked about the other day after the game. She kind of came out of her shell a little bit,
Absolutely.
Drove to the hoop. I think she, as Kevin Baptiste said, put a defender in the spin cycle one time, a little 360 move. Those are the kind of things she can do, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that Coach Mulkey was on to her about. We want the Poa from last year, right? So I'm proud of Poa for coming out of that shell and being who she is and not being afraid to go score the ball, because she can. I think sometimes she gets so caught up in being in the point guard position instead of actually playing basketball, which she can do very well. So I feel like that's one of those main things that she can do. And as she gets going, then it opens up the floor for all of us, and then we really get to rolling.
She is like the best person.
She is.
Right?
She's an amazing person, yes.
Like, she never will be jealous about playing time or any of those things. Cheers for her teammates.
Absolutely. She's one of the best teammates I've ever had. She's always cheering, always happy, always has a smile on her face, always willing to put her body on the line defensively, you know, all the charges she takes. So I'm just glad to have Poa as a teammate.
The first person to run over and help you up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Off the floor. What about Angel? What kind of teammate is Angel?
I think of Angel as like the role model on the team, like kind of like the mom, you know, like she's been here before. So she kind of like tells me what to do and kind of leads me in the right direction. And she's very stern, and that's kind of something that I need. So I feel like that aggressiveness and her personality is really something that sticks out to me, because that's also what I respond to as well. So she's also a great leader as well.
Do you feel like she's under the microscope?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She is, but she handles it amazingly, and I applaud her for that, and I look up to her for that as well.
Flage, what's it like to play with Flage?
I feel like me and Flage have a lot of similarities. We're both goofy, both funny. We both play the wings. We're both guards. But she was kind of somebody that took me under their wing when I got here, knowing that we play the same position. So she came in teaching me the ins and outs of the game and Coach Mulkey's system. So I appreciate her for that as well.
Yeah. And the freshman that you came in with, Aaliyah seems like she is becoming more aggressive, more of an impact in these games lately?
That's one of those players we're waiting to break out of that shell. We're waiting for her to just be mean, just be 6'6". You can't take 6'6" away from her. At the end of the day, she's still gonna be tall. So that's the least we could do. And I feel like once she figures out that she's tall and strong and mean, that's when it'll get to rolling.
So she can be a teddy bear off the court, but on the court,
Absolutely.
needs to be more of a grizzly.
She's the biggest teddy bear off the court.
And then you've also got Angelica Velez and Janae Kent, who are coming along with you as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we came into this together, all four of us. So that bond we created and the connection that we have is just unmatched. So I feel like as more as we learn the system together and we get to play together, the chemistry will be even better there.
I've heard you guys talk about your conditioning. Like that's the one thing that you've gotten used to and need to work on a little bit. Is that safe to say, or?
Absolutely. For me especially, transitioning from high school to college is the biggest thing, conditioning-wise. So just figuring out that college pace and that college conditioning is something that I'm still figuring out right now.
So high school, you play 8-minute quarters.
Yes.
So it's a 32-minute game.
Yes.
You're playing a lot more minutes.
Absolutely. 40-minute games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a difference, I would say.
And you always played hard in high school, but there is something to be said about the speed of what goes on out here, right?
It's completely different. Playing hard in high school is unmatched to playing hard in college. It's not similar whatsoever. Playing hard in high school is like the warm-up in college. So for all the future college players, go hard in practice times 10.
Because you shoot, the ball goes through the net. As soon as that happens, you've got to find who you're guarding.
Shoot, the ball goes through the net, and their point guard's already past half court. That's how fast it is.
They're trying to snowbird on you on the other end.
Oh, no. They're getting it off the inbound play and running. This is transition. So you just got to shoot, watch it go in and go back, get back.
The coach is here. You said you always wanted to play for Coach Mulkey. How has that been for you so far?
It's been great. You know, she's kept me disciplined. She's kept me humble. She's told me the good. She's told me the bad. This is the same thing she told me when she sat on my couch in my house. So she's been the same person that she said she was going to be, and I really appreciate that because some people don't always do that. So I appreciate her for being honest with me.
She said after the game the other day, like she was talking about Haley Van Lith, and Haley wants to make everyone happy, and that's not reality. And kids read too much stuff on social media and whatnot. Social media almost feels like combative media now. You know, people don't go in there to be happy and nice. They go in there to be negative and mean. Do you have to block that out and maybe not read some of that stuff, or how do you go about it?
Yeah, I don't think I really read any of it anyway, good or bad. I kind of feel like if I just stay in my lane and stay focused and do what God put me on this earth to do, then I'll be okay.
Yeah, because somebody might tell you that you played an awesome game, and maybe you know, well, I didn't play an awesome game.
Exactly.
I did some things that they didn't see.
Right. Like they don't know anything. They don't know the work that I put in. So what's the point in keeping that and holding on so close to it, and they don't even know me. So. Right.
What about the other people on the staff? Gary Reedus, he's like your big brother, or?
No, not my big brother. I would say kind of like a mentor.
Yeah.
So, because we've been talking since I first started getting serious in basketball when he was at Vanderbilt. So we kind of had that connection, and I'm just so glad he came here. He's a great guard coach, and hopefully we can stick it out.
What does Bob Starkey bring to you in terms of playing defense?
I would say wisdom, IQ, and just defend. If you can't do anything else, and defend. If you can't score any points, defend the ball, and you'll have a great game in his eyes.
There's just a few more things with you. I think that's always the thing for people who get involved in organized basketball. When you're growing up and you're playing pickup games, it's all about shoot.
Right.
Nobody gets in a defensive stance and slides and does all the stuff that's not fun.
Right. Like I said, that's Coach Starkey's biggest thing: defensive stance, defensive stops, rebound, finish the possession on the defensive end so you can execute on the offensive end and make everything easier on that end of the floor.
Because you have practices sometimes where, I don't want to say you don't touch a ball, but you're not shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. We had one of those recently, too. After Mississippi State, we didn't touch a ball.
Just defense.
Defense.
Block out.
Guard your man, help your teammate, and guard the ball.
Yeah. Because shooting comes and goes, but defense can always be there to an extent.
Absolutely. Defense is effort, and effort is always there. It's just how much you put out. So.
Yeah. because I hear your coaches say that too, and it's a big part of your game. If you defend well, the ball comes long off the rim, then you're fast breaking, and that leads to
easy buckets where you can get your flow going, where you can see the ball go through the net, and that opens the floor up. And now you're in your game rhythm. Now you're in your groove.
So you're majoring in psychology.
Correct.
Does that help on the floor a little bit?
I don't know. I'm not too deep into psychology now because I'm still a freshman.
Yeah, you take
So I'm still trying to take the classes that I need first.
Yeah. So what do you want to? What do you do with a psychology degree after your 15-year WNBA career comes to an end?
Yes, manifest. I want to be a sports psychologist, and with that, I want to kind of help athletes be able to navigate their emotions and their feelings outside of basketball. And I also want them to realize that they are a person outside of their sport. Like their sport is one thing, and they are a person here. It's not the same thing together.
But just mental health generally.
Oh, mental health, absolutely.
For athletes, yeah.
It's highly important. I feel like if you take care of your mental health, it's easier to navigate through college because college can get a lot quickly. You have class, study hall, tutor, you have basketball practice, basketball games, traveling. So I feel like keeping mental health and using the resources that the universities provide is a big thing, and it's very important.
Do you try to just keep it fun where it's not stressful, that I got class and then there's expectations to me? Like,
right.
You play 4 years here. I mean, not to put the pressure on you, but you could break some records and, be one of the greatest that ever played here, I think.
Absolutely. I think just keep it fun. Basketball is fun. It's something that God blessed you with the ability to do, so why not just have fun with it? Take what comes with it, the good and the bad. So,
do you like it that women's basketball, the players are staying here 3 and 4 years? I guess maybe you'd like to make $10 million in 1 year, but it's helping the women's game, I think, with the attendance that the Caitlin Clarks and Angel Reeses and whatnot are playing 3 and 4 years.
Absolutely. I mean, they're growing the game. Everybody wants to see Caitlin Clarks and the Angel Reeses, so I'm just glad that they're still here.
Well, good deal. Anything else you'd like to add before we let you go today?
I'm good.
All right. Mikaylah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing a lot more from number 12, Mikaylah Williams, here with the LSU Tigers. Thanks for stopping by.